We're on Nuke for today's match between ITB, of course, and the Russian CIS type of mix one-shot. Coming into this one-shot being 5-1 in ESEA Advanced with current record for Into the Reach, having played one less game, 3-2. That's 6 games played for one-shot, 5 for ITB. We again take a look at Nuke here, a map that neither team has played this season, even if they do have some experience on it in the past, of course. We are getting into it here with one shot starting on that CT side, ITB on the T side. Well, not quite, because then you wouldn't be seeing this amount of team-friendly fire. Absolute war crimes committed by Cypher there to start with the game. You know, as you do. And he buys them up again. Drops them over to Dobbo, those dualies. He buys himself up a couple nades there as well. With armor being for the rest of that CT squad. FPS, light utility this round, really. Both sides, that is FPS buying up a smoke and a flashbang. Nothing more invested in terms of the utility. Of course, armor for everyone involved. FPS, P250 here. Tries to challenge out Adam. Damage taken both sides, actually, as Adam keeps on peeking out. Not quite the headshot, but he was looking for it. Still is. Okay, that only doing some damage there as well. Not any sharp opening here. Watch out. Do get into secret though with 2 players facing them. Dobbo just around the corner here with Tadpole holding down from the staircase. He finds one immediately, taps out for a couple more, but no kills found. Only the other way, in fact, as one shot get it down to a 4-on-4. Having a bit of map control as well to work with. Sight still in ITB's hands. Tadpole holding down the single door, but not for long as they lose 2 players in one. And maybe the round in only the matter of seconds. The Zisk is left with, not much to really accomplish here. Damage dealt, sure, by ITB, but kind of need more than just those couple body shots to connect if you're playing this type of pistol run, especially in ESEA Advanced. Eventually, those Russians will come at you with headshots. Just a question if you can do it before them. As Isk didn't realize. Sitting just on his tail. Gets shut down by Jekka instead. Good little free K for him to kick it off. Isk in chat, finding a map that is an ancient. I think I look great. I guess I haven't casted Ancient from them this season too much, but obviously it was enough to sort of watch that opening game of the season when Into the Reach lost in overtime to Indigo Array. Ancient becoming one of the stronger maps for ITV, honestly. Having played it a couple times during the playoffs as well last season, where a couple tight games were played out then too. Fortunately, never quite positively. Having played Ancient 3 times this season already in the 5 opening games, winning only once. That's against Fantastic 7. Just about a week ago or so. Most recent win, of course, being against Kawanas. You may have joined us for, not me. I think it was Ranner and Retro casting that one on Overpass, which is arguably the home map here of Into the Breach. That and Inferno, you'd say. A hard-fought game against the Germans, but Into Reach winning out 16-13 with I think it was a full USP round they won out on. They kind of swarmed around the Germans and definitely had them confused. A good CT side there. Hoping for the same here on Nuke. Even if the start wasn't perfect before buying into this one. And with 40 seconds on the clock, one shot definitely living up to the stereotypes about the playstyle there of the Russians. That's getting a tag on Faydet is the first real damage exchanged. At least significant damage. That's a one shot walk up to 8. Tadpole missing. And again, does get a third chance. In fact, Into Reach all falling down here right now. Feels very reminiscent of that pistol round. Where lightning strikes and all Into Reach players seem to have been struck by it. Yeah, I'd also save, to be honest, if I'm Adam. Maybe go for the glow, I suppose. He doesn't seem too off-put by it. Played up. Less intrigued by the prospect of getting that kill. Adam probably gets the save here if he just stays to his corner. If he adventured any further, he might have walked into a bit of trouble. Doesn't. Keeps that MP9 on. Keeps the armor around. Yes, that's fine enough. Will be an eco here for Into the Breach though, with the real reason to buy around just an MP9. You can see Isk has already just bought up that P250 with not much joining it. Although it does have a deagle there, but we will at least go for something. Adam takes a bit of action towards ramp as the rest have actually sort of stacked up in towards the lobby. Adam transitioning now. Aggressive. And a high line up there in secret. He could face some action real soon. Jekka holding this angle. He pushes any further. One shot just establishing control for now. I mean, what is that position? Come on. He's in spawn. Cynic's almost on the other spawn. A big blanket they're trying to fit around this entire ITB squad. Having already got the first kill, in fact. Somebody did go out there to Grek. Probably didn't check spawn, I'm guessing, the CT. Stopper also falls. That was one of the I think that was the 2 upgraded pistols, right? So, yeah. Doesn't look great. Adam needing this kill. Get anything in the round, but not quite. So these USPs will try their luck instead, but not much going here in the start for ITB so far. It's hard to play against the slow style with weaker weapons, I suppose. See if anything can change then. They do get that first gun round. Despite being utterly dominant for the first 3 rounds. It's taken quite a few minutes to actually get to this point, just with that slow style on the T side. Don't think it'll get any quicker either. You could see, if you check that left hand side of the screen, 1 kill, not for Tadpole, well yeah, for Tadpole, but also 1 kill for the entire ITV squad. It's been 1 shot and 1 shot only right now. Handling this game so far. Cypher gets mollied out. Dropping down. Just around the door. The Molotov then from Dobbo. Not going to have a lot of impact, really. Losing complete control there of ramp as he evades any further conflict. Into Breach have seemed to rotate down quite a bit so far. Maybe not the way to play against the CAS type of style. Where you over-rotate into a position which one-shot won't when they're not going to do much more than just fake in the opening minute, it feels like. With most of these rounds. It's coding outside. That does seem to be play developing for the C side with Fada and Jekka. While the rest head inside, so a bit of a wrap coming around then. Cynic's first man in with that Mach 10. Jekka now entering just behind him. Oh, and Jekka will get that kill on the site. At least he gets a trade. With that all outside, Cypher on the site still as they find a way back into the round, into the reach. Holding on to man advantage as well before that bomb goes down. It does now. Doing it safely so, FPS. But with no real utility to use for this post, the CT is going to just wrap around. This gets killed. And leaving only Jekka. He gets 1 kill right back. Oh, tagged up another. Knows everything about these CTs, but it's not enough. Adam thinking there's more to be offered. But they win the round. Earlier than he expected, I suppose. He just killed a man with an AK, by the way, but he's running away from the AK. That feels weird. Why doesn't he just get the AK? Yeah. Guess some players are weird with that. You know, maybe prefer the M4, but even then you'd guess he'd pick it up for someone else. So I think he just didn't see it. My best guess. So good retake there. Good example of what you have to do. Just stay in the round. Maybe keep hold of that man advantage in the best case situation for when the late push will happen. Where that well-coordinated attack comes through. Make sure you have the numbers left to deal with the outcome. See, one shot setting up those outside smokes now. 3 of them. Not too many players actually following through on that. You can see Adam trying to, in a countermeasure, calm up a little bit from Secret. Peeks out. Oh, good kill. Fadet's still on the corner. Double's got another kill in ramp though, so they're good for now. They don't need to keep peeking at all. In fact, even as Fadet gets a little bit further forward, that's no problem right now for ITB, considering this 5-on-3. Fadet hearing that rotation away though from Secret. So I'm already up in vents. One shot staying patient for now. I think they're just hoping Fadet can create something here. Isk was holding this angle earlier. He rotated up thinking Fadet would wrap around on top side instead of this way. Dobbo left open. Bad coordination there between Isk and Dobbo. They get in towards B. Still one here. They don't expect it. Adam getting traded though as Isk comes around. Behind him. He's made a few steps though. Peeks out, missing. Cypher, not the same miss from him. FPS trying to stay in the round, no chance. Just no way. Good on him to get a couple kills on the way out, but it's never really a chance when Tadpole held us cool like that. And into Breach, pick up another round. These rounds clearly all being quite hard fought so far when it's ITB winning them. But as pointed out in chat as well, great stuff to get those after round kills on the board as well. Obviously, if the time runs up for the teeth, no kill or no round bonus, rather, sort of loss bonus as a bird. So FPS having to get a drop there means that, as you could see, the economy now with one shot should lose this round. Even with a bomb plant, I think, not be in any state to buy up in the next one. Outside early. A nice boost coming out from ITB actually. I think they maybe would have heard something. I'm not sure if they're going to connect that though to the full extent that it would be a boost. Double sitting up top in that cheeky angle. Over there in the boost spot with Into Breach. Indeed playing a little bit passive here so far. Which is not an insult. Probably what you should do. Gives the team like one shot, but it becomes kind of a standoff in that regard. When both teams, when neither team really want any sort of action in the early stages. See now with 54, one shot. Still yet to use most of their smokes. There they come. Only one left now. So they take outside, or at least attempt to. See Adam yet again trying to counteract this move. He's done a bit of damage initially, running out of bullets, but fine for now. Moving inside, Fadet gets taken down by Adam. Lovely stuff with 30 seconds. Just the opening they needed. One shot still going for this A site, then through the doors they come. Adam, Cypher both holding it as Cypher gets one. Adam combining, and they pick it up to get it all done. To leave only FPS again in an unwinnable spot. He drops all the way down to the vents, being shot down by Isk to settle that round, which felt a lot more like ITB just dismantling that style one shot we're playing rather than coping with it. It was more so ITB setting the tone in a way. There's some very nice kills coming out there from Adam, Cypher, and obviously Isk to finish it off as well, but mainly those first two. Adam looking really, really good so far. I have critiqued him in the past, maybe sometimes unfairly so, but he's looked so... That's such a tough spot to hold, that outside area with only a rifle, with only an M4. But the way he's done it, he's just like been flawless so far. The rotations down into secret, up in the vent, and the other way. You can't fault him at all. Double gets headshotted there. Still yet to die, but he gets 2 kills on the way out. Even as he does. Adam rotating in. Perfectly timed again. One shot. Doing another headshot. Not quite the kill. Going back up the ramps now. ITB guarding all exits. Quick one shot will be aware of that. It's not where they are. Tadpole in the corner, not expected in that corner indeed. Even as he gets absolutely one-digged. Good shot then for Jekka. They can recover 2 rifles from that. Recover a little bit positionally. But then they do want to explore the other way. That might be a fatal mistake. If FPS walks in through these doors, he'll be met by a very accurate ISK. Unexpected. FPS going up. He still goes down. Adam. Everywhere on this map. Finally gets taken down. Jekka trying to keep in this one. Time running out. As is the case for virtually every round they play. One shot. Just get a kill on the way out. Looks like a nice one. Op taken away from the CTs. Jekka staying alive as well for the round. Jekka, yeah, for sure. And he's insane. 13 kills. I was before the game as well. He has a weird pattern because he's been insanely good. Kind of the team's best player against some of the better teams and some of the bigger competitions on and HLTV events and so on, and qualifiers. But in the ESEA, he's been really quiet. So I guess it's his time to shine. 13 kills, 7 rounds played. Fade tagged down 1 health on him. As one shot looked to turn up the pace a little bit. Greg gets into it and gets the kill there onto Tadpole. More to find as well. This gets the trade though. And Cypher in the smoke comes out. That's immediately flipped on them on shot. Getting into that B site, but with a man disadvantage. It's into the breach. You have to really rotate down. Well, not a chance. Oh, but he runs into it. They don't expect it. Jekka caught with his pants down as Dobbo stays on the site, finally going down. But at least retaining that man advantage is certainly a crucial factor. Cypher securing some secret control with Cynics up towards the windows and with FPS on the ground. Cynics S1. 2 more to go here. Doesn't expect the second player now. Does. He peeks in. Adams got him. And they've won the round from it. Risk with the defuse there is into the reach. Make it. Well, that should be 5 rounds in a row. Great stuff from ITB. And picking these runs up so consistently. And you could see there where one shot tried to turn up the heat. Go a little bit quicker. ITB were with it. They ran through those flames, they sat in those smokes, they took a couple risks there that all seemed to pay off. One shot. Almost taking that double there as they get into ramp. Oh, but not beyond, because Isk is right there. Spotting up Fade as well on outside. That might be a crucial bit of information as to not get flanked over there. Although hoping for a bit of a rotation there from Adam. They all seem to have it covered right now. ITB, just because of this, is taking down Fade at turning the corner. Does get shut down by Greg at least. Keeping this round intense. Albeit with being a little bit cornered in over there towards ramp. Adam. Instant. Frank onto an expecting Greg as Adam gets another one. He is something else, man. Statistically good. eye test wise, fantastic. Adam just needs the one for the free K here. As FPS walks towards that bomb, collects it. Adam's got him, and Adam's up to 11. But again, that doesn't even begin to cover his impact on this game. Just consistently picking up those 2Ks, those free Ks in these 6 rounds. Where ITB have gone on quite the streak. And again, he's been all over the map. One shot, they never know where he's going to be. Just the right place at the right time. There's one shot. Buying up a couple of weapons that would indicate, again, a quick round. Oh, hiding out in lobby for now. That seems to be the place of attack. 4 players here from the CT side, though. Flashing on through. Tadpole with the spray. Gets 2 kills and then followed up on. I mean, you can't stop them, can you? ITB get onto a 7-round win streak. And even if a couple of those rounds have seen them drop in numbers, doesn't feel at all undeserved. So even with a couple good flashes from one shot, not as in flashbangs, but just in terms of those technical skills being shown off, and obviously the tenacity in their playstyle. Now with a quicker tempo, admittedly. It doesn't seem to be paying off. Cypher here, doing a bit of damage early. Greg moves out, catching away 1, but quickly traded. Oh, Tadpole goes down though. They don't find a pick elsewhere unless Adam can pick this one up. We flip the whole round. Faded doesn't realize he's walked around the corner. Adam still finds the kill, even with the mess up early on. In that spray, Dobbo moving around the corner. Meanwhile, when Rampant's FPS gets taken down. And they flipped it again. One shots never seem to be able to keep themselves in the man advantage. Even when getting into these post plants, as they've done again. Lovely shot. Jack on low. Yeah, that's how it goes. Grinding them down. ITV up to 8-3. The only positive is that one shot art. Getting some buys on the board, but they're just running into a brick wall right now. And again, they've kind of lost their identity in a way. Where I thought they were just going to switch up the tempo there for a few rounds and then obviously return back to the status quo. But I guess the status quo wasn't working, admittedly. But neither are these quick rounds. They're kind of rushing it. A lot of these. That simply doesn't work. Oh, I don't know what works. One shot flashing again. Another trade comes through. Cypher there with the AK to get the 4-on-3 on the board now. He stays alive. Smoking out again. Tadpole comes in. Another trade is... He will whittle down the site at least to a 2-on-2. Quick rotations here from ITB. Stand. Molotov. Will alert one shot of their position. Bomb plant to go through. They have time. Yeah, I guess they'll just go down. B-site instead. Isk and Dobbo not quite realizing it so far. Finally doing so. They both go down ramp. I think they've been heard. FPS. Gotta watch out for him. That snappy aim can be fretful. They see the other player peeking out. FPS 1. Whisk. Needing the 1-on-2 instead, knows both players' position. Peeks out, gets 1. Jekka just left, but he gets the kill anyways and breaks that streak of ITB. Up to 16 frags is Jekka. And that final kill of that round, possibly the most important so far, just in the case that they finally break that CT side streak. And have a chance now to get their way back into this first half. SMGs on either side. Not a great buy here, actually, for ITB. I guess they've got the AWP on Isk, admittedly, but yeah. Utility, not great. I mean, if there's one round where you want to go back to that slower style again, if you're one shot, it might be this one, honestly. Let's put that back utility. Adam comes up again, though. Oh, and the frag. can't stop with him. Can't stop him when he's on the move, can you? As this cunt's outside. Plenty of players there, but he actually backs away, maybe preemptively. Maybe incorrectly. We've got 2 players down in secret. Yeah, I think they might want to rotate 1 or 2 up. Expecting these outside players to have gone towards secret, but instead they're wrapping around ramp right now. ISK being quite isolated over in this area. Oh, ISK still finds the shot. Gonna get crept up on though, but the rotation has already come through, so Dobbo can cover. Stay instead, walk up towards heaven. Tadpole not quite looking yet. Needs to start doing just that because they're wrapping around A now with 25 on the clock. He should have heard the nades from through. Instead, it's Cypher left all alone on the A site. Mollied out. And, well, still gets a kill. Keeps the man advantage. What is Yaka doing? What is Adam doing? What is anyone doing? This Double misses a couple shots, still finds a kill. Time running out. Oh, but Double wins it anyways. That is such a strange ending to the round. But in the end, ITB still find their way back to winning form. As a timeout gets called. I don't think you'd be too wrong in assuming that's one shot's timeout. Because they need help. And they need it now. Some of their players as well, just statistically, not showing up. At all. Like the 2 top performers this ESEA season have been the 2 players that came in right before the ESEA season. Slightly less than a month ago. In Fada and Cynics. They came in both averaging quite highly in terms of the round win shares, and specifically Fada averaging 0.8 frags per round. Absolutely crucial to what they do. He's just not showing up. 3 kills on the board so far for him. Two MP9s. Still on the board here for ITB, so again, not perfect, but I guess 1 shot are even worse off in the end. It's weird. Sort of half bite, half gamble. Adam comes up again. Such a smart player. Invincible as well. Like, I feel like a broken record now when I bring up Adam, but you kind of have to. He gets the openings in like every other round. Maybe more than that. Maybe that, in fact, would do him a disservice. Tadpole. MP9 in his hand. Spray just enough for 1. And then the MP9 in Cypher's hand is enough to even finish off the round. Why not? Get those kill bonuses flowing. I think in the reach for Cypher scouting there may have recognized that there were a few pistols there. But with the Galil, maybe it throws them off. I'm not sure if they're expecting an eco here, or if they did realize it was just a bit of a half bite. Because the AKs will be coming at them. I guess they wouldn't expect an eco, but just a force buy more so. With the pistols and such. Just gets tagged down. Oh, that's him leaving himself too open. At least Cypher got a trade. At least they have rotated in to cover all the spots right now. Adam. Can't move too far, buddy. Did move too far. I think that's the first time he's got caught out like that all game. Dobbo, here's 1. Easy kill. FPS is up in heaven, though. Just not quite holding it. He gets control of the lobby anyway. So it's not a bad turnout right now. Cross the map for 1 shot. The Cypher gets the kill into FPS. Ideal. As 1 shot only have outside of this stage. Getting into secret. Since the reach is not down there right now, but it's not too bad considering that Cypher kill, because it is obviously the 3-on-2 now instead. They confirm the fact that they are on that B site. 2 from ramp. Cypher still holding A. Knowing there's time on the clock, Domo in the smoke. Spotted, but not expected to move out like that. As he gets one faded with one plant needing a 1-1-3 to keep this one. Far from a disaster, but instead, Tadpole gets the kill. It's 11-4. And it's very deserved. One shot, they got 3 rounds in a row. To start up the game. After leading 3-0, losing 11 out of the next 12. I think it was, what was it? 8 round streak? Something like that. From into reach in that. Complete dominance at times in that regard. But yeah, it's the second half. All they need to do is just either win the pistol and then win the subsequent rounds, or you know, even if they don't, I feel like it's quite far between them. And these two teams, all players running up quite quickly, so we will bring you that action of the second half right here, in fact, and right now. Getting back into it with one shot switching over onto that CT side. ITB then on C. What are you, utility? Do you have into breach kind of more so focusing on inside than one shot we're doing, but we are still going to have Adam and Tadpole out here with Adam's hot hand through that first half. I guess that's why he gets the P250 and the armor. Dropped over by Tadpole, missing a couple of shots though. FPS missing himself a few bullets. Not bad for ITB actually, that stalemate. So they get a bit of outside smoke it away. Tadpole trying to fake a push out there. So they look for A instead. One shot stacking ramp right now. 3 players on it. Greg, the only player, and he can't seem to hold at all towards the vent push. As they get down to B. Still a couple of players here though. That ramp stack working out. But then Cypher comes up. Couple headshots and in fact wins out the duel. And wins out the duels to leave only FPS. Stop me if you've heard that one before. Unwinnable round for him. And it's ITB on 12. Unbelievable. Great job, by the way, then, by Cypher, just to give him a bit of credit. Those opening fights being won by him, completely pivotal. It wasn't even the best plan, in a way. Not because it was automatically bad, but it was just because they had so many players in ramp. Just by that logic, it wouldn't make sense to go down B and to face all of those USP on medium, or at least medium, maybe long range. But it worked. As most things seems to have done here for ITB during this game. They want a bit more. One shot forcing this one up. Greg with a UMP as an example. He tries to get away. Just about doing so, but not for very long as he gets traded quickly. Cypher looking to pick up a few more here. Sees Cynics rotate in, and he's got him as well. That Mac 10 working overtime, but I think with the rotations, maybe they halt that exploit towards the B site, but in fact, Isk has gone down. And that puts so many worries involved. They spotted the bomb. They've got another kill. Now Dobbo needs to work him out of it. Dobbo. Good kill. 2-on-2 now instead, as they have rotated in. But Dobbo has the bomb. They could just go up A. Have all the time in the world to do so. They stay. For no apparent reason. They forced the bomb plant. Why have they done that? Tadpole needing to clutch. No time to do it. No bullets in the Mac 10 either. Glock in hand instead. Walking up. Fade it in the smoke. FPS still out towards ramp, but it's faded to get the kill. They had 30 seconds. They had a free A bomb site, and yet they forced the plant on towards B. With 2 players firing at them, I don't see the point of that. Complete rush job. I think they had the information as well of 2 players being there. With them mollying out one of them, and then firing away at the other. Of what it appeared. They could have won the game right then and there. Now One Shot get a chance at grabbing a couple rounds back into this one. ITB, these are the games you have to close out. These are the games you have to win. Advanced is a tough, tough division. Cypher's a tough player, man. What an entry. Feels like he's entried every round, right? Yeah. I think he's got like a kill, an entry kill every round this half. The 3 rounds played, or the third being played right now as Graf comes up with, oh, the double kill! Check in there as well. Cypher the only one to really put up any action here as he's left all alone, needing to ace to get anything done. But nothing. Into the breach, shooting blanks there. As Greg came up with the 4K and his 1 shot. Get their 6th round of the board. I suppose ITB get a bomb plant, but they'll still have to eco. And that lead still gonna slightly come back around to mean it is just 6 rounds between them. Once you get to that 7, 12, 8, 12 territory, you really are back in it at that point. If you're on that losing end still. They probably will get to 7, by the way. Just as a warning. Only the Eagles to really save ITB here. Cypher holding 1. This could use some hope. Not quite spotting out fade out there. We had such a quiet first half, but showing a couple moments here. The game is drawn on. There's a good headshot from it. Trying to hold outside there, getting a help of FPS as well with a great spray. Tagging down all the players. And yet to really take much damage. No one going down from 1 shot as they clean out that round. ITB looking quite tame in it. We'll hope for a bit more aggressiveness shown in this one. They buy up 5 AKs, have no real excuses if they lose this round in a bad way. With the utility. And so on and so forth. Our opportunity to still get back into some really good territory if they win this one. Adam tagged down. Not much damage dealt in return either, as he at least avoids the nade. Greg peeking out. What a flick from Greg. To make that man advantage happen. I believe ITB kind of flaccid. I don't know why. Yeah. I guess those moves are genius when they work. But I'm not sure if I agree with that one. Would probably have liked to see some diversion at least before that type of move, if you're going to walk in dry. Instead now they're walking into a double stacked ramp. Oh, and they're going for it. Fool's errand, turns out to be. Yeah. So 1 shot getting to 8 in all likelihood. And that is a bad way to lose that, I think, if you're ITB, so. And you can't blame it on much more than the execution of that. I guess the idea was kind of bad itself as well in the late push there. When they saw that Molotov, with the bounce, I feel like they should have known it was from a position where the rotate typically plays. So maybe should have expected it to have been double stacked. But 4 rounds down between the 2 teams. ITB back on the eco. And they cannot play contact outside again. Yeah. I like what I'm seeing in terms of seeing more Tech 9s than Deagles. Because even though Deagles are obviously better in most senses of the word, I just want to see them switch it up a little bit. Even in terms of these types of rounds. They're not supposed to be one. Could still be threatening. That's for damn sure. ITB specifically, that is, with these pistols. Setting up. Oh! Load the Molotov. At the very least, as they walk all the way in. Jekka there. Good recovery from him. To really get challenged as well in terms of the health. At least Tadpog gets the bomb down. They kind of need a lot more. Maybe have to take a risk in terms of pushing into an area here, but instead they just stick around and get melted down to Adam. I think he might just be looking for an exit frag here or so. Less so than actually competing for the round. He needs to not step too much. Greg holding it. Only a deagle. I don't know about that fight for Greg, but he still wins it. Bold. And they win the round as a result, or not even as a result. Even if he lost that, they would have won. Timeout called then. For the first time you'd expect it to be from ITB calling it. With this T side drying up a little bit. This is where maybe that coaching factor plays a part. Maybe, I mean, ITV obviously a very good team. Obviously a very good T-side team. But in these types of moments, when that T-side is starting to dry up, you're running out of ideas sooner than you'd expect. Maybe that's when you need that outside influence, and obviously that's possibly the reason why ITV are looking for a coach right now for this season, which I put it on Twitter if anybody interested is watching. Greg gets taken down there initially, at least with the trade, but look at ITB. They got themselves all the way into the A site. FPS trying to challenge. Fade getting a kill. He gets traded though as FPS. What is he doing? Missing the shot, and then Cypher comes up. Tadpole and him setting up the 5 kills. Did not expect them to get that quickly into it. And coach or not, that looked different. That says a lot about the leadership structure, or just the IGLing on ITV as well. The fact that they're able to, again, without those actual eyes, those like not as into it eyes, need to influence. ITV doing a vent dive. Look at him go. They all get into it. Cynics comes up with the first kill admittedly. They need to molly the top and off. Oh, but they just tap him out instead. Direct with 1 kill. FPS moving in, but then they have been melted down. That 1 shot. 4 players here in ramp. Cypher needs an absolute miracle to make this one work. To get it to 14, he has got the backup of Dobbo. Both looking for ramp right now. As FPS will peek in, the flashes come through. Cypher peeks. 1, 2. That's at least something. Dobbo, he can work with that. Even as he gets smoked off, the time on that bomb not helping the CTs. He moves in, missing the spray though. FPS, I think he's got it in time. He has. I can't fault Dobbo too much for taking that type of risk. But in the end, that spray caught lacking. 1 shot get to double digits. Well, look, the beautiful move at first with the vent dive. They just gave themselves up a little bit too much afterwards. Just before that post plan. To breach it again, going quite quickly here with the smokes out towards outside. Fade it, not catching Cypher. So he jumps around the corner. He's not even interested. Maybe should have been. Tagged down to the process. FPS is his target. He gets caught between two sides, still finds one kill. Before going down that squad, so much distraction. He had like 3 players' attention there. And then this comes up and gets another kill, and maybe they do get the 14 after all. Isk! Unbelievable. Cypher, man. On T-sides, he is such a lethal entry. Not just in the fact that he has that snappy aim and can get those multi-kills for you to basically win the round single-handedly. But again, just that distraction, the attention that he draws. Something else. Up to 24 kills, and I don't even think he got that many in the first half. Maybe 12, something like that. Slightly more. So he possibly has got like a majority of his kills in the first 9 rounds played of the second half. Because he's just got like an entry kill in most of these rounds, especially the ones that ITB win. I feel like he's the one entering up every single time. Getting a kill for it as well. And one shot placed back into that folder of being in the worst position again, momentum-wise. Of course, always we're behind in rounds, but thought they'd turn a corner. Maybe not. It's ITB. Look for match point here. Sorry for walking outside again. That's still in there. Here's so many steps. Maybe too many. In terms of ITB. Not needing to step that much. They've got some action to face here as well in secret. FPS holding only the leg shot. Molotov good. Shot better. But only this trade after all. ITB need more. They don't recognize the rotation though. And though back into the disadvantage exchange. Not working for them. Yeah, not at all. Great stuff from one shot. Those rotations working out perfectly. As Tadpole plays it quite smart. Picking up the glow here instead of the AWP. If he gets killed quickly enough, maybe they don't even recover an AK here. Oh, maybe one. 30 seconds. Yeah. So, an AK recovered. But no op. They will have the money to buy one though. Yeah, you can see Crack dropping it over there. I think, oh, they might have actually picked one up. 3 rounds between the teams. Sinter Reach forced into an eco. For the question in chat, by the way, as all ESEA regular season games, just the best of 1. So just nuke here. Not anything further after this. With this one, then certainly the next one playing quite a huge role in terms of who's going to win it all, as Dubbo's already got a first kill. Ishk recovers the AK. Getting into secret, but not quite vent. Having that information at least, but so many players down here. Oh, they all get lined up. What a spray down from Greg. I feel like secret is a hotspot for CTs right now. Watch, one shot have excelled. Just having enough players down there to get it all done. And just like the last game Into the Breach played in the ESEA against Kawana, it's going to be a tight one again. They ended up winning that one on overpass 16-13. Still looking for match point here. Greg in the smoke. Adam. I think he wants to test that. Oh, and he has. Not bad. Checker. Surely not seeing him. Yeah, not quite in that angle. And it can do so much. I think Greg somewhat ready for it still as Jacka moves around. Yeah, he's gonna peek this. Absolutely. Has the knife in his hand. Doesn't expect Adam gets the first kill instead as they get the trade on the other as well. Oh, noticing where Cynics is, so no chance for the refrag from these CTs. Bomb plant. Only the tap. Oh, but a kill from behind. Nonetheless, we're 3-on-3. I'm down to 34. They wait for another kill here before a bomb plant, I suppose. But with not much utility. They might have to settle for bomb plant sooner rather than later as this gets caught up and gets taken down. Time, an issue. But not now. Bomb plant secured in a good position. Cypher still expecting Cynics up there in heaven. As they see the other player down in vent, they get the kill on Cynics. Turn the corner, have all the information, have 2 of the kills. 1 more for match point. Fade it around the corner, around the world. And ring around the rosy and Cypher to win it out. With 3 kills to make him match point. What a round from him, what a game from him, what a T-side specifically. That was 1 shot. Last ditch effort perhaps. And what could be the final round. Still goodbye. Tap on the Mac 10 on the other end. I don't know what spark ITB found. After drying up on the T side. They took 1 timeout and they just flourished after that point. I say as Zisk has already gotten tagged, taken down. A cute boost will not really pay dividends. On 55 on the clock. They are going to wrap around A here. Mostly for a door. As a smoke from the CTs lands. Adam taken down. They need so much done now as Greg fakes the reload. What a well-worked move. CTs locking it down and keeping this game alive. As ITB are forced into an eco. On 13-15. Overtime, of course, active for ESEA. For regular season games, obviously, as well as playoffs. But well, that looks tighter than ever. Into reach. Head towards ramp. It looks like Cynic's actually getting a Molotov kill, but finally, Ace gets the better of him. Oh, not enough. Don't really do much here. Double best case, it's a bomb plant. I don't even think he gets that. Yeah, Greg's down there. Here's the step. Bomb plants is good. Hiding in the smoke, no health on him. But the kill on Greg at least. Still with a tap there. Almost taking down FPS, but he got a little bit naive. So he tried to get into the single door. Not quite gonna happen for him. As it will be 14-15. Into reach with good money here because of that bomb plant, but still a definite risk that it does end up being overtime after all. Into the breach getting it outside, actually. First of all, putting Adam in front, him and Cypher. But entry pack. Smoke landing. Fade up. Has a tendency to spam through those, but not this time. Staying patient. Backing away. Knocked off the angle as well. Didn't make him more inclined. They don't even go for secret. Wrapping around instead. FPS not holding it, so in fact, there's only Cynics over there. And where the Opera typically stands. Theta, around the corner, has been spotted now. So a nugget of information at the very least for ITB, but wanting more, Cypher gets up. They don't expect him to be so aggressive. But Adam goes down in the process, so Cypher needs to make this move quickly now. The Cynic sees nobody up towards outside. Heading ramp instead, it seems. Oh, Dobbo. Only one kill with Cynic's already taken down. Cypher has a free shot on Dobbo, missing for more than just a body shot. They go A. ITB desperate as Dobbo gets another kill. Oh, but they go down vent instead. Dobbo's still outside. Somehow staying alive as this is gonna get the bomb down on B. Dobbo! How's he doing it? How's he staying alive and how's he getting free kills from it? They just have to close it out now with 2 more. Oh, as FPS gets a kill right back. Tadpole alone on the site as Dobbo looks to rotate. Tadpole mollied. Tadpole taken down. Dobbo will rotate in, but only with 10 health. Oh, and FPS on the defuse. Dobbo needs to spray. They get off the defuse, but not enough. And we have overtime. It's 15-0. With a comeback there from one shot. What a comeback it was. I thought ITB were going to close it out. After reawakening on the T side. Was not enough. After Dob gets 3 kills. Somehow, some way in the final round. Apparently not enough. Could attempt by him, but his teammates really should have backed him up in that situation. I think we're still winning on a couple players here. It's ready up, so we'll take just a small break ahead of overtime. In a moment, we'll be back. Overtime waiting. See you then. And we're back. Overtime. Here and now. As one shot came all the way back in that second half on the CT side. Into reach, failing to close it out. With at least having the match point for a couple of rounds. Having 14 for a few more than that. And overtime then. As Into reach still on that T side. Remaining on it. One shot still on CT. The stronger side for both teams it's been so far. As they double up into it. FPS! The main Opera gets one. Cypher already, or Adam already, up towards the vents. Cypher having gone down already. Greg, bit of damage. Adam, not the trade. They've spotted him out now as well as the CTs. BO1 kit pick up a hold of the kills. And this will be left with an unwinnable task. An unthinkable clutch. Oh, he's got two. He's got one that he's already spotted as well. Only problem, really, for him is Cynics. He peeks around. Has he got the timing? Cynics just waiting here with the USP patiently so. Oh, there it is. It's one shot ending up with round where ITB kind of put themselves into those isolated positions. Felt like they were walking in just one by one. Not winning formula. They go in group instead. Looked like they were going to go quickly. Not quite the full rush. So they go outside instead. Huh. Guess that would make sense. Being passively played here by FPS. Two players on ramp 2 inside. Smokes do come out. Not an unusual gap in that smoke, surely? Oh, but he sees... Oh, and he's got the kill. FPS could have more as well. Looking for the window, but gets found out as his cast that trade. Pivotal one at that. Greg getting so much information in lobby meanwhile, with Adam holding this one very patiently and very passively. If he walks through that, if he goes down these ladders and doesn't make any noise, that could be a free kill. Oh no, he won't look that way. He's past Greg. No. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of walked into it with back turned. Because I got fault him too much. I mean, I probably wouldn't have checked that myself. Smart play from Greg. Could put it as into reach. At least get into that B site. Bit of utility on them. Still massive disadvantage here though with the Molotovs flying through onto ramp where all of the CT stand. Tadpole moving up. Needing a couple here to give his team a chance. Him and Dobbo really the ones holding off initially. It's playing more so for the clutch itself. Tadpole gets one. Perfectly done. Dobbo helps out Dobbo! He's left only one left! But nothing! Now as he gets 3 kills in the round. And ties up the score. Dobbo almost the savior in the final round of regulation. Definitely the savior in that round. And that makes it more tough for one shot. I mean, the CT side's so dominant. Into reach. If they get 2 rounds here on the T side, that could open up such an advantage for them on their stronger side. Cypher tagged down Adam, taken down all the way, but they still find a couple kills. Oh, and almost faded as well. It's getting at least a kill there, but quickly traded, so quick round. Developed into a 2-on-2. FPS again into it. Cypher needed a clutch. Cypher spotted out. He gets 1 kill though. Knows where FPS is. Peeks around the corner. And Cypher's got it. The 1-on-2 from him. In the quickest round of the game. As into the reach. Win 2-1 in the first half. On that T side where the teams only got 4 rounds each in regulation. The CT side should be so much stronger. That's gotta be scary if you're one shot. Into reach only needing 2 rounds to close it out here in the single overtime. As one shot. Need to still have a chance, I guess, to close it out if they went out flawlessly on this T side in this first overtime, but would need to just to get it extended to get it to a second overtime. You've got to be quite happy with that as well if you're into the breach. Especially with how that T side also not it's at its best during the regulation second half. still end up with two rounds. Great stuff. Just waiting on one or two more players here to actually ready up. I think it's, you know, great. We're waiting for it. Why they was playing so bad is a question in chat. I don't know why One Shot didn't perform there. I think they just kind of got caught up at times, you know? Because they handled that first round with such grace and maybe didn't expect. Just weren't ready for when Into the Breach actually turned it up and, you know, started doing more than just walking in one by one. Almost like Into the Breach softened them up in the first round by playing it quite poorly. And then ending up with the wins there and out. After stepping up. Still winning on one or two players here during the intermission between the first half and the second half of the first overtime in what is Into the Breach's 6th game of the season in ESEA Advanced. Having a 3-2 record coming into this one. With a two-game win streak involved. First time on Nuke this season for both of these teams, actually. With Into the Breach set to play it again in just a couple days. That next game should be SJ Esports on Nuke in just 3 days' time. We'll be telling you more about that as we close out tonight. Not quite there yet. As I said, with a bit more action tonight. Nuke, of course, a good map to have in your established map pool. Nobody against a team like One Shot would be significant on any map, let alone on a map like this, where I mean, One Shot currently 5-1, you know, so obviously not a bad team. I mean, any team in advanced basically automatically is quite good. It's a different experience, I think, for these ITB players than from what they played in the ESEA main. In this season, you have to be at your best for every game against every opponent. Can they turn it up then and be at their best for just 2 rounds here? Which is exactly what they need to close it out. With One Shot. Still in it. Certainly still at a disadvantage when you consider them now playing on the T side, which, as I mentioned, has been the weaker side for both of these teams so far. Another timeout called there just before we headed into it. Not sure why, with the extended time they needed for readying up, but suppose that's fine. You can see there, Yeka, Greg, the two top performers statistically at least for One Shot so far. You can say Cypher definitely showed up recently. Dobbo has done more than even those 24 kills. Adam's done more than his 19 kills. So they got a few tags on the board. One Shot outside for the most part. We, of course, knew them initially in that first half as a very slow T-side team, playing that very CS style, even if they mixed up the tempo afterwards. But then Isk has already got the opening in favor of Into the Breach, and that puts a cog in the reels. They put out towards the A side still. Cypher not coming up with a kill, but Tadpole there. Oh, not quite enough. Just a trade. Dobbo still in. These rotations causing so many troubles for the T side. Adam into it. The 2-on-1. As FPS looks around the corner. Needed to face the second player, but instead Adam left on the 1-on-1. He wins it. So make a match point for Into the Breach. How needed that felt to get onto a good start. On the CT side, everyone pitching in for that round. For ITB. In the end, could have been a lot tidier, but any round win in overtime is, I mean, it's all that matters to win these type of rounds. Doesn't really matter how you do it. It's that you do it. Oh, that's not the way. FPS, early Q, onto Iskis, into the breach, looked at. Heat up. And go aggressive. Cypher involved in that type of aggressive move. Greg holding him for now. He moves away. Oh! Yeah, just a trade. Nothing more. He got 2 kills there. That would have been insane. Could have flipped the whole round, but instead, one shot keeping this advantage. As Adam looks for the same move. I guess it's a draw on that one. Stubble might get pinched here from 2 sides. 2 players behind him. Oh, and fade out one of them to take him down. One shot. Gonna wrap around ramp now. Probably getting to that B site. Adam, the only one to stand against them here. Gets ahead of that Molotov. Gets the kill to fade it as well. Tadpole the other way. It's one shot. Rotate back over. Tadpole still here now. One guarding him. One going down. Peeks around the corner. Gets a kill. Quickly traded. So Adam with a lot to do still. As Jekka gets into lobby, a smart rotation from him. Doesn't have the information here on Cynics either. Of which the bomb is planted for. At least gets the head of the Jekka peek into doors. Cynics waits on top of Heaven. I'll have to tap that bomb now. Cynics the one who has to peek, but instead Jekka does. I don't even think there's anything wrong with what Adam did. Because he flipped around there. Probably would have been toast anyway with Cynics holding him down. It's a one shot, keep it alive. Double overtime. A possibility. If one shot, just win it one more time here. Into the breach, needing to close it out. Failed to do it in the final round of regulation. Can they do it in the final round of the first overtime? Instead. Fisk on that op. The rotation down. I think that's Adam. Did so well during regulation on that CT side and has got himself into vent this time. Should be looking more for secret here. They don't know, quite catching him off. Instead, one shot, stay patient. Back to their original style away with Adam just jump spotting right now. Not much information gained either way. I think it's smart to put 2 players still down towards secret, though Dobbo being heard, I think, just by that tick of that Molotov. Fade it firing it through. Fade it moving up. Oh, but he gets the kill to Dobbo. Adam rotating into the side self, but Fade has got another one. Cypher, no chance. And they get completely wiped out in this round. It's a calamity. I don't even know if you can blame them either, is the worst part. They got domed. And then domed some more. As one shot. Only picked up headshots. That was something else. What a way to pull yourself into double overtime. Greg, the only one not readying up, just like last time. Just need to get into that second overtime. Unexpected, I think. That one shot able to pull it off. To do it in that sort of way as well. Where it didn't even get gritty in the final round. It was just one shot dominating. Which wouldn't remind you too much of how the CT versus T dynamic went down when ITB played on CT in regulation. Considering they won that first half 11-4. Losing then. The overtime CT first half, or second half rather, in the first OT. 1-2. It's not good. They're not taking their chances in a way. ITB, because they're coming up with match points. We saw in regulation where they ended up in, was it 15-12, 15-13? And here where they ended up in 18-16 range. And yet they still can't find a way to get the win over the line. And if they lose it now, that is just not good at all. You need every single win that you have a chance at in this division. And they have failed a couple times in these closer games as well. Again, I mentioned earlier the opening game that I casted on Ancient, where they did eventually lose out in overtime to India Air 8. And what was quite a crazy overtime game, 16-19. And then lost to PG Zaragoza in, I guess, slightly over a week ago now. On Ancient as well, 14-16. So we'll see if they would get a third close loss of the season. Maybe they can change the narrative there. So we get into the second overtime. Into reach then, staying on that CT side. One shot still on T. Lots of utility. So early on. Cypher not one to evade those type of challenges. This fade out gets completely naded down. Very decent nade actually. He takes the belt there outside. One shot more so looking for inside though, as Tadpog is taken down. Cypher with the trade. Adam still again, but then whittled down. Isk trying to come up. Isk has actually got one. He peeks out again, but missing. And so Adam left instead. Oh. The 1-on-2 that, yeah. Seems a lot less likely now. Adam from heaven. They're in a group here. The two terrorists who I think have spotted him up now. Peeks in. So much done here. Maybe a wall bang to actually get this one through. Topping the bomb. Jake will peek and Jekka will get the kill. I don't know why I called him Jake. Other way around. With those A's and E's. As one shot do get the 19. Ahead of Into Breach. Of course, you need 22 to win in double overtime. Not something though any team will accomplish in this first half. One shot can get one or two more rounds here. They would open up those chances so much. They haven't had match point, mind you, all through this game. This gets tagged down. Nice spray. He actually finishes it off as well. He's got the opening. Just how one shot crave it. Yeah. Into Breach trying to patch those holes up. They've got one shot looking for outside now though. Smoke's being lined up over there with only Isk to really track this. Over in garage. But being smoked off. All he is covering is the inside wrap into mini. They've almost got too many players covering similar sort of positions. They might need one sooner or later out of Cypher and Tadpole to drop down into secret. Dobbo does instead from ramp. So they take lobby control. Is curing everything down. Dobbo gets killed. Only the trade. Walking into towards that base site, getting ahead of it. Isk on the flank. Isk with the kill. And Tadpole still in there. As Isk kicks up the second one. And Tadpole helps out as well. Greg was so off in positioning. He has a free kill. He doesn't take it as Isk has closed out the round. What a flank that is from him. Audacious move. To follow him from garage into secret and beyond. The free kick from the upper to tie up the game from into the reach. Now for who gets that advantage coming into the second half. They're expected to be CT favoured, considering that regulation, but obviously wasn't the case in the actual overtime as this, because got another kill. Oh, FPS missing, he still gets it though. So at least the trade there. Adam doesn't quite hear Greg dropping down, he might have seen him. But into breach, keep a lot of players on the upper area of the field. There's no rotations. They might have to play for a post plant if they go down B here, which seems likely. Greg being too afraid to really explore down B for right now. Fade does his usual travels. Back around. Cypher gets him though. Good kill to open back up the man advantage. Greg will start to explore. That's plan B, but Adam now rotating down means that the opportunity of getting that B site for free is over. FPS moves inside. Plenty of targets. Can he find one? No, the angle were all wrong. And Adam's down here on B as they look to force down in a 2-on-4. Drek not covering. Adam not quite audacious enough to pull off that spray. Drek wrapping around. Oh, but he just goes down immediately. No chance now, Cynics. Instead of the 1-on-4 into the reach, they just have to start moving in. Being a little bit too afraid, but not going to end up mattering too much. They pick up a 20th round. Coming into the second half of the second overtime. Just as how we finished in half one of overtime one. We'll get back to you with that second half in just a moment. See you then. Actually back straight away. Half number 2 coming up. Of overtime number 2. A tight-knit battle. Would not begin to cover it for this one. One shot into the breach. They've traded punches all throughout. Even if one shot have never actually had match point at all. Which showed a lot of grit and determination in getting back into getting into this position in the first place. But into the breach still with the advantage. Coming into the second half where they are on the T side. One shot on CT. Just one round to get match point. 2 for the win here if you're into the reach. Since the reach do get down into secret with 4 players, I'm keeping around elsewhere. Fada is a scary prospect though. Covering from that double door side of things, but since the reach are also somewhat comfortable in remaining in that position. Being too advanced at all. Smoke gets thrown down. A little bit of attention over towards A, for sure. If Adam could like flash in or something to get Cynics to drop down, that'd be the ultimate move. Not gonna happen just yet. But for now, it's literally just fade down towards B, and in fact he's resigned from his position over in secret. He's over in ramp. That rotation, as I mentioned, so far away right now. And good flash as well from Adam to keep that attention on A. Only one down here. Fade at peaks. Only a tag. Cypher peeking in. Cypher gets him! And a 5-on-4 in a post on 5-on-3 in fact, as Adam's already got another one on the board. Adam doing everything up there in his power to make it match point, and in fact he might have closed it out even with only doing damage to Jekka. This retake seeming harder than what's possible. Jekka will pick up the AK, they'll run away. And it's going to be 21-19. So into the breach, securing a third overtime. Securing match point here. For 2 rounds. Very similar then to the first overtime. In that into the breach, got that 2-1 lead, got the match point straight away, but for them, they'd be hoping that the similarities end right then and there. Because after that point, one shot came back, got 2 rounds in a row and draws 2 this second overtime. Into the breach, they had the match point in regulation twice in first overtime. They need to close it out here. As FPS gets the first kill, Cypher the trade. They spot another one towards A as well, even as Cypher's left isolated. In fact, Fada's got another one, and that's left only 2. Tadpole in such a strange position, though. He gets a free kill. Up towards heaven. Has more to find. Nade not good enough for the kill on the site, but he gets it with the bullets. To leave Isk in a winnable spot. Peeks out, gets 1. It's only against FPS now as he peeks and gets it. Isk on the 1-on-2, clutches one it out. What a peek it. That was fully flashed. Isk going straight at his AWP counterpart. And yet they've won the game from it. Admittedly needing multiple match points to do it in, but who cares about that when they've got the win in the books? When they've got 4-2 now as their record in ESEA Advanced. And a first win there on Nuke in the first map of the season. First time it's being played of the season. Fantastic game then. For both teams really. Into the breach in the end. Pulling out the victory. I guess that's what you get if you're one shot. If you're never going to end up a match point or something like that. I don't know what the lesson is really. We'll leave it like that then. 4-2 as I mentioned in ESEA Advanced. ITB on a 3-game winning streak. I'm looking for more as well. Game coming up in a few days here. SJ Esports, not an easy prospect, despite being 2-4 right now in ESEA Advanced. That's also going to be a Nuke. That's set to be played on the 15th at 6 PM BST, 7 PM CEST. But with any updates that obviously could happen since it's ESEA, you'd have to follow the Twitter at ITB Esports. You can also follow us here on Twitch, Into the Breach TV. So next time though, it's been a pleasure. Have a good one. Bye.